This Buick Envista is a brand new model for 2024, and it's hiding one very cool trick up its sleeve. What's up, folks? I'm Dave Underkoffler, editor-in-chief of Autolist.com, back with another one-week test drive. This week's victim is the first ever 2024 Buick Envista, a sleek, compact crossover that's loosely based on the Chevy Trax. But it's not the styling that has us excited or the tech that it offers inside. No, it's the pricing. This model starts at $23,500, including destination. And this nearly loaded version that we're testing is $29,000 even. Now, there are some trade-offs for that budget pricing. What are they, and are they deal breakers? Let's go spend a week with this and find out. All right, we'll start with a walk around of the exterior of this new Envista. 3 trims, the base model with that $23,500 price tag. That's the preferred. Then there's the ST, or the Sport Touring, which is what we're testing here today. And then there's the Avenir on top of that. We've got some options on ours. So the ST will start at about 25 grand. And again, our options push it up to $29,000, including destination. One of those options are these 19-inch alloy wheels. But overall, yeah, very sleek. Really like the styling on this. We're here in Los Angeles. A lot of cool cars on the road. But this has definitely held its own. It's been getting a lot of attention. Another thing I want to point out, new Buick emblem there. Not your grandfather's Buick emblem. It's kind of cool. Suits the sleek styling of this Envista. And again, got some ST badging for our Sport Touring model. These are LED daytime running lamps, and then these are actually the headlights right there. Move along the side. Most of the dimensions are about the same as a Chevy Trax that this is based on, but it's 4 inches longer. So that length puts it sort of between a Toyota RAV4 and a Honda CR-V. But I love this sort of coupe-like profile. It sort of runs right there. A lot of German luxury brands are doing that. Mercedes, Audi, BMW, Infiniti has that. So this really mimics those styling of those vehicles at half the price. We'll go around the back. Again, very sleek, upscale, definitely holds its own. I like that. And again, new Buick emblem. Got the ST there. Show you the trunk here. So there's my bag. Seats are split 60-40 and they fold out of the way. That's kind of nice. Another thing that I like, there's actually a real spare tire down there. A lot of cars today are just doing a inflator kit, which is not cool if you're stranded and need to change it by yourself. Much prefer the tire. So yeah. So there you go. What do you guys think of this styling? Do you think it holds its own against some of the much more expensive German brands? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. But overall, yeah, really impressive look. It's got some nice luxury chops for really affordable pricing. So let's go see what's under that hood. All right, now to the powertrain of this Envista, and this is one area that General Motors and Buick are able to save a little bit of money. It's a pretty basic powertrain. The engine is a 1.2-liter turbocharged 3-cylinder unit that makes 136 horsepower and 162 pound-feet of torque. It's paired with a 6-speed automatic transmission and front-wheel drive only, so you can't get all-wheel drive even as an option. This is rated by the EPA at 28 miles per gallon in the city, 32 on the freeway, and 30 overall. So like I said, this is a pretty basic powertrain. 136 horsepower is not a lot. Does that feel underpowered? We're going to talk about that a little bit later in the driving impressions, but first, I want to show you the inside. All right, now let's take a look at the interior of this Envista. And here's one of the things I love about this car is the screens you're looking at are not part of an option package. You don't have to spend a lot of money to add those onto this vehicle. This is standard on every trim of the Envista, and I do love that. So you've got an 8-inch digital display here and an 11-inch display here. This has wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. Also standard, as you can see, I've got CarPlay pulled up right here. Screen is nice and bright. The system is a little slow. That'd be my only gripe, but I'm still impressed that it has the setup at all, so I'll take it. I also like that this menu of buttons is here no matter what's displayed on this screen. Other systems don't have that, so that's nice functionality. Down below, you've got the climate control. Pretty straightforward, right? I like that it's physical buttons. And not something like a touchscreen built into the infotainment system. We have an option package, a $1,200 convenience package, so that adds 3-stage heated seats. It also adds a heated steering wheel right there. And then we also have a moonroof. Not a big one, but it is a moonroof. This is part of the option package that also adds the 19-inch alloy wheels that I showed you guys earlier. But otherwise, really comfortable interior. Got some nice premium features. You've got sort of blue piping here and then blue stitching on the seats. You can see ST for sport touring is our trim. And then some graining on the dashboard right there, and then that stitching. Overall, really nice premium interior. Again, this is $29,000 as you see it, and it feels, gosh, like a $40,000, $50,000 car. There's nowhere in it where you feel cheap, where it feels like Buick cut corners to make that price point. Overall, yeah, really impressed. We also have lots of storage. Got some good cup holders there, some storage down below. We have wireless smartphone charging here, and then there's a pair of USB charge ports down there. Yeah, so overall, really nice interior. Definitely impressed. Let's go check out the back seats. All right, now to rear seat space. If you've seen our videos before, you know the drill. I put the front seat to where I would have it. If I were sitting up there, I'm 6'1", so basically I'm sitting behind myself. And as you can see, I've got more than enough room, particularly for my legs, my knees, and my feet. That's pretty impressive. Headspace does get a little tight. If I scooch up and sit up tall, my head does hit the roof a little bit. That's one of the consequences of this sloping profile of the Envista. But generally, I can scooch back down. I could spend quite a bit of time back here and be perfectly comfortable. So that's one thing I like about this Envista is you do get the sleek styling, but then also some practicality for people back here. One more thing I also want to point out, I really like this. The floor down here is perfectly flat. Again, this is a front wheel drive vehicle. So that means that someone can sit in the center without having their knees up in their chest because they have the high load floor. No, it's nice and low. You can put 3 adults all the way across back here and have a nice comfortable ride. Next up, driving impressions. And as I mentioned before, 136 horsepower. That is on the lower end of power for compact crossovers these days. Most of the competitors are going to have more. So, does this feel underpowered? The short answer is no. Around town, this car feels perfectly fine. It's got a bit of pep off the line. There's not a lot of turbo lag. I do really like that. Where it does feel a little flat, kind of runs out of juice, is maybe when you're already traveling at speed, you're on the freeway, and you go to floor it and get around somebody. That's when sometimes you do feel down on power. But it's absolutely not a deal breaker. It doesn't make the car feel unsafe in any way. It just feels like this is 136 horsepower. So overall, very enjoyable driving experience. I wouldn't let that lower power figure deter you in any way from considering this Envista. Otherwise, the rest of the driving experience is really pretty good. You could get in this car and have no idea that it starts at $23,500. This easily feels like a $40,000 or $50,000 car, so I really like that. There's no wind noise, there's no road noise, it's quiet, it's comfortable. I also really like how Buick balanced sportiness and then comfort. This isn't too soft, but it's also not too firm. Nearly every buyer is going to get in it and really like how it handles, how it drives. So overall, really impressed with the driving experience in this Envista. All right, folks, there you have it, our 1-week test drive of the first ever 2024 Buick Envista. I just checked our fuel economy, and over 400 miles of testing, we averaged nearly 28 miles per gallon. Now, I've got a bit of a lead foot, so that number is pretty impressive. And it's just one more reason, overall, we really like this Envista. It's stylish, practical, comfortable, and best of all, a great value. Starting at $23,500 for a base model, and the fully loaded version you see here is $29,000, including destination. Yes, it doesn't offer all-wheel drive, and the power is down a little bit relative to some competitors, but to us, those are worthy trade-offs for everything else you get in this vehicle. So for reviews or listings of this Envista or anything else you're shopping for, new or used, be sure to check out Autolist.com. And before you go, like and subscribe to this channel so you can get alerts on all of our future updates. We'll see you out there.